This is the 5170 blade kit for the 550 National Walk Behind Scraper. We're going to go ahead and open it. Before you open it, I suggest a good pair of leather gloves. So to open it, you're just going to look for your tab right here. Pull the tab and remove your blade kit. This is the blades included with the 550 National Walk Behind Scraper. A 4x6 blade, a 3x6 blade, a 3x8 blade, and a 3x10 premium high tempered blade. So this is a self-scoring blade, and if you guys notice, this is actually a bevel up blade. This bevel up blade is designed so when it comes across the surface, like on the second floor or upstairs, any material that's on a subfloor, it will scrape across the surface without digging in. You get two different smaller blades for the 550 in the kit, a .062 and a .094. And then you obviously get this larger blade, which is a 3x10 blade. So the tougher the material is to remove, the shorter the blade that you want to use. And the main differences between these two, other than length, is the thickness. The .094 is a lot thicker than the .062 blade. So the .094 is a heavier duty, longer lasting, more expensive, higher quality blade. The .062 is a little bit thinner, a little bit less expensive, and it's because there's less material. Also included with the 550, you will get this 2.5 inch carbide angle shank, and you also get the Angle Shank Holder that fits on the front of the scraper on the 550, so you want to adjust your height so it's basically almost flat with the floor with just a little bit of pitch on the back. And the reason why you don't want it flat is the floor's not flat. So to take into account for the low spots in the floor, you actually want to crank the 550 so your 2.5 inch bit is just off the floor just a little bit, so it'll stay in contact and stay underneath the hard goods that you're removing. When you're setting up the 2.5 inch angle shank with Angle Shank Holder, you want this to be able to move just a little bit. So you don't want your bolt so tight that it can't move. Therefore, it can follow the contour of the floor as the machine is moving over the material being removed. A popular question is, what about the length of your blades? What's the difference? Why would I choose one over the other? So if the material is really well bonded and adhered well to the floor, you'd want a smaller blade so you get more head pressure per square inch on the blade, so it makes your removal actually go much faster. If the material is not adhered really well, you can actually choose to use a larger, longer length blade and still get really good production. But if you find you're using this blade and you're struggling to stay underneath the material, or your production's really slow, you might actually get more production and speed things up by using a more narrow or shorter length blade. Another common question is, what about the depth of the blades, or the length this way? That's actually a really good question. The reason why we have different blade widths or lengths, we talked about the lengths, now let's talk about the width, is if the material is shorter, you can use a shorter blade. If the material being removed is a larger tile or VCT or LVT, a lot of times the blade with more material is going to get underneath it farther and start lifting it up, and it'll remove it quicker and better and more efficient